Hello everyone, Happy New Year! Wishing you a year full of happiness, growth and beautiful moments ahead. May it bring you joy, peace and endless possibilities. Today I'm here with another topic. I would like to talk a bit about an interesting fact in relationship psychology, and that is related to the paradoxical nature of emotional safety for those who have had previous trauma experiences. It can be so pleasant to feel safe, but at the same time, it can also be quite triggering for someone. And this statement alone often surprises people, especially those who intellectually understand what a healthy relationship is supposed to look like, because safety is what we strive for. Safety is what therapy promotes. Safety is what we are told will heal us. And yet for many people, being with a partner who does not overreact all the time, who does not lash out and doesn't struggle with managing anger and his or her emotions, who does not react intensely, who remains steady and safe even in moments of real conflicts, can feel not only unfamiliar but actively distressing. If you have only ever known intense, chaotic, emotional, volatile love, calm doesn't automatically feel loving. It can feel cold, it can feel dismissive, it can feel like you are emotionally alone in the relationship. And you may have consciously chosen a partner who is nice and emotionally regulated and consistent, and yet in the early days of conflict, their steadiness felt confusing, even painful, right? You might have found yourself thinking, if he's not as upset as I am, does he even care? If this mattered to him, wouldn't he be reacting more? If he's calm, maybe I'm alone in this. And what trauma-informed psychology asks us to understand is this, that response is not irrational, it is learned. Because trauma is not just what happened, it's what relationship taught the nervous system. Modern trauma therapy has moved far beyond the idea that trauma is only about, catastrophic events. Now, researchers and developmental trauma theorists emphasize that trauma is often relational. It is encoded not just in memory, but in the nervous system. Trauma teaches the body what to expect from connection. If love in your early environment or in formative romantic relationships was unpredictable, emotionally intense or chaotic, your nervous system learned to associate activation with bonding. Love felt loud, love felt urgent, love felt destabilizing. And crucially, those moments of intensity may have been followed by closeness, reassurance, or repair. So emotional chaos became paired with relief. And from a learning perspective, this creates a powerful conditioning loop. When safety later appears in the form of calm, consistency, and emotional regulation, it doesn't match the nervous system's template for love, right? So instead of registering as safe, it registers as wrong. Attachment research gives us a clear framework for understanding this dynamic. People with anxious or disorganized attachment styles often equate emotional intensity with relational security. This is not because they enjoy distress, but because distress has historically been the pathway to connection. In anxious attachment, the nervous system becomes hypervigilant to cues of abandonment, and emotional activation becomes a way of pulling the partner closer. In disorganized attachment, often linked to early relational trauma, the nervous system holds conflicting expectations. Closeness feels necessary but also unsafe. So when a partner remains calm during conflict, the internal experience may not be relief. Instead, it can feel like he's disengaging, he's pulling away, he doesn't care the way I care. But what is actually happening is a mismatch between attachment signaling systems, right? One partner signals care through emotional expression and intensity. The other signals care through regulation and containment. Without translation, each partner misreads the other. And from a neurobiological perspective, this makes even more sense. For example, polyvagal theory helps us understand that safety is not a cognitive decision, it is a physiological state. If your nervous system developed in environments where calm preceded abandonment, withdrawal, or emotional neglect, calm becomes associated with threat, with danger, with not being safe. So the body remembers patterns, not logic. So when a partner stays regulated during conflict, your nervous system may interpret that as something is wrong, I'm losing connection, I need to escalate to restore closeness, right? This is why emotional safety can paradoxically activate fight or flight responses. Not because safety is harmful, but because it contradicts what the nervous system learned to expect. So when calm feels like rejection, this is where relational dynamics often intensify. In clinical settings, I frequently see couples caught in escalating cycles where one partner becomes more emotionally activated while the other becomes more regulated. So the activated partner feels unseen. The regulated partner feels overwhelmed. And here's the critical point. The escalation is not about conflict resolution. It's about reassurance. Many people escalate fights because they are craving visible proof that their partner feels deeply. They poke at emotional wounds, not consciously, not cruelly, but relationally until they see blood. So they intensify language, right? They revisit old hurts and they increase emotional volume because intensity is the only language their nervous system recognizes as love. Here I have an example from therapy room again. For a few years ago, a woman came into therapy describing persistent conflicts with her partner. She described him as emotionally distant and hard to read. During arguments, she became highly activated. Her voice, rose, her body leaned forward, her emotions spilled out rapidly, and her partner in response slowed down. He paused, he spoke carefully, he tried to de-escalate. To her, this felt unbearable. She said, "It's like I'm drowning and he's just watching me." But he described his experience very differently. He said, "If I react strongly, things spiral. I'm trying to keep us safe." As therapy progressed, it became clear that she grew up in an emotionally, volatile household. Conflict was loud, unpredictable, and intense, but it was about the only time emotions were expressed openly. He grew up in a family where emotional restraint was equated with maturity and care. Neither partner was wrong, but the woman's trauma history meant that, calm felt like emotional abandonment. Her nervous system didn't experience his steadiness as presence, it experienced it as absence. So from a psychodynamic perspective, this pattern represents relational reenactment. We unconsciously recreate emotional environments that resemble our early attachment experiences, not because they were healthy, but because they were familiar. Familiarity feels safer than the unknown. A regulated partner disrupts this pattern, and disruption feels dangerous. So the psyche attempts to, restore balance by pulling the partner into a familiar emotional dance, one marked by intensity, urgency, and emotional chaos. So this is not manipulation, it's not pathology, it's procedural memory. The body repeating what it knows. Healing in this context does not mean suppressing emotions or forcing yourself to calm immediately. It means learning a new emotional language. It means slowly teaching the nervous system that regulation does not mean lack of care. Calm does not equal indifference, and steadiness can coexist with deep emotional investment, right? So this process takes time and repetition and often frustration. So you need time and practice to develop communication rhythms that work for both of you. That is not dysfunction, that is attachment repair. Research consistently shows that secure relationships are one of the most powerful regulators of trauma responses. But secure does not mean emotionally flat. It means predictable. It means responsive. It means repair is available. For people with trauma histories, secure relationships often feel boring at first, or unsettling, or emotionally empty. This just means that they are unfamiliar. Over time, as the nervous system experiences repeated moments of safety without abandonment, the association begins to shift. Calm stops meaning danger. Steadiness starts meaning reliability. Safety becomes embodied, not just intellectual. If emotional safety feels triggering to you, you're not dramatic or too much, your nervous system learned love under conditions of intensity. Healing does not mean erasing that history, it means expanding what love can feel like. And often, the most difficult part of healing is not learning how to love chaotic love, but learning how to stay when love no longer hurts the way it used to, right? I hope that you have found this message interesting. Please share it with a friend who finds safety discomfortable. And please keep in touch. Thank you.